Coming to you from the DTC. Our community now presents Permission to Game with Evan McKenna and Aaron Wood. And now your host, Aaron Wood.
All right, welcome to level 1 of Permission to Game.
Yeah,
this
welcome
is our
everyone.
new gaming podcast. Ready, Player One?
Ready? Let's do
All right,
this.
let's go. So, a little bit about us. We'll start this off. You know, who are we? Why are we here? What are we doing? Permission to Game. It's going to be about dads who game. You're a dad.
We try to be. I
try
mean,
to be.
That's the biggest part.
That's the whole thing. It's permission to game. So we've got kids, we've got wives, we've got jobs, and either my kids need permission to game or I myself.
It's
need
usually me that
permission to
needs
game.
permission to game, not
Absolutely.
my kid.
And so it's like asking permission to game out of life or for your kids or, at home, finding those off hours of the day to get some video gaming in. And, I see a lot of dads, especially on Facebook, and I don't know if you see this too, but they'll comment like, "Oh, I got a kid on the way. What happens, guys? Do you guys stop playing video games altogether?
Absolutely.
What's that like?" Yeah, I mean, I had a dry spell of probably, oh goodness, maybe 8-9 years of no video games.
I wouldn't say mine was as long. I know my wife
it was a long
definitely,
time.
but yeah, no, I hear you. It's completely. It gets to a point where life just hits you.
Yeah.
Where do you find the time? How do you keep what you enjoy going?
Dude, like
how do you pass it on to your kids?
the last new system I bought before I had my kids was a Wii.
Holy
So
smokes!
if that tells you anything, so I bought a Wii, and then years went by, and then I finally got a used Xbox One, like in 2016. So I missed the launch of that by 2 years.
You definitely know your dad when you're buying used equipment rather than brand new.
And that was my first of 2 used Xbox Ones because I bought one, and then a couple years later traded it to buy a Switch, and then later wanted an Xbox One again, and then bought another one. So
Yep.
that's kind of a little bit of background. We'll start digging into more of the background as these episodes progress. But so I'm Aaron. This is Evan.
Hey, everyone.
I think we're both around the same age, both got kids around the same age. But the biggest thing is I want to help dads understand, there's certain systems that will allow your kids a fun gaming experience and then also give you the opportunity to get in some video games,
And there's ways to actually make your video games almost like a project for
Okay.
you and a project for your kids to help bond and grow together, not just
yeah.
buy it and put it on the shelf. There's ways to actually integrate it and make it your own.
And you can have fun together.
Yeah, that's the
there-
whole thing about it.
So many things like my kids and technology, it just impresses me because like they're so advanced compared to where I was at their age. So my youngest is 6 and my oldest is 8. So a boy and a girl. Not to be like gender biased, but of course my son's more into video games than my daughter,
Yeah.
She will play, but her biggest game is like Lego Worlds, like just exploring, not really having a thing to do. Whereas my son, he likes, levels and progression and like actually completing a game, right?
I guess my son, I just got him in the wrong path because he's all about that Fortnite these days.
Okay, so he's crushing and
Just wants to get out there, just wants to
Teabagging on
find
moves
whatever.
and-
Yeah,
and all
exactly.
that.
Wants
Okay.
to do the little dances. When he's done, he gets up there and he's
Oh
in front
my
of the
God.
TV dancing.
I've seen him do
No
that.
one can see you, but
I've
he's
seen him
still
do the
doing it.
dances in our office here. So I was quite impressed. But what I want to do on this is I want to cover everything. I'm not really gonna touch on PC much because I don't have a PC to game with. When I was a kid, like all I gamed on was PC, and I always wanted consoles because I'm like, all my friends had Super Nintendos, and then they got into PlayStations and all that, and I'm playing like Doom and Wolfenstein on a PC, and nobody knew what that is. Now today, it's like everybody anyone who's like a hardcore gamer seems to have a PC,
Right.
and it's just amazing kind of how the tables have turned.
Well, the
with that.
tables have completely turned. I mean, from the late 90s to early 2000s, if you were a gamer or interested at all in the video game industry and you played video games, everyone made fun of you.
Yeah.
If you didn't have the Nintendo or you didn't have the PlayStation, you were not cool. Only those that had those. That was the only approved games to play on the
And this
playground.
is where I feel like we're living in like the golden age of I don't know what it is, if it's technology or gaming, but it's like we've got esports, competitive. I seen everyone from like Honda even sponsoring competitive gaming teams. Colleges have Overwatch leagues as a sport. And it's like, where was this when I was
Right.
younger, right?
I mean, my parents kept telling me to go outside.
Well, yeah, go outside and play. It's like, oh, you're gonna waste your time playing video games. That's not gonna do anything for you. You're not gonna make money. That's not a real sport or whatever. And now it's like, okay, you have people literally getting paid to do this.
Opportunities.
It's such a cool opportunity. But I want to cover things like all the new stuff. I want to cover like new systems, kind of like starter kits. Like if you're thinking about getting back into video games, what's the easiest way to get back into it? What are the essentials
Right.
you need? And I don't really like mobile gaming, but I tell you what, I've got some surprises coming up about mobile gaming that I think will be pretty interesting.
It's a whole different beast.
Yeah.
I mean, you have to address mobile gaming completely different mindset than you would any sort of console game.
Yeah. So it's one of those things because like you'll get on like long car trips or you're sometimes we'll go to a restaurant or something and the kids just they'll eat and they'll color on the menu and then they start going nuts, and so it's kind of nice to slide them.
They want the phone. You
Get
don't
on my
want to be
phone
that
and just-
parent, but you're like, please,
Yeah,
let's just have a dinner.
At the same time, it's like I see all the parents talking about I want to limit technology time, and I'm sitting here like, oh, here kid, grab the iPad and go play, or here's the Switch or DS or whatever,
Right.
and go check that out. But I'm all about it. So I hope you guys are ready for this. But we're gonna take just completely our opinions. I like games. I like my kids playing video games, and I want to help you guys enjoy video games too, if that's your thing. So I feel there's a lot of dads out there, and maybe moms too, who are interested in like, what's a good system to get this Christmas, or what's a fun way my kids can play, but then the investment also goes a little further to where I can play and enjoy too.
Well, and there might be new games coming out that your kids may want or you may want.
Yeah.
And is that appropriate for them to be playing at that age? Or, frankly, is it a game that you could be playing with them?
Yeah.
Or should maybe the door be closed?
I mean, I don't really want
bedtime, who
I don't
knows?
really want my kids like demon slaying and Doom, right? But I do kind of like the Switch for the fact that my kids can play Mario Kart, or they can do Mario Maker or Rocket League or something like that, and then I can take it and play Doom or Wolfenstein or something else, and even Overwatch is now on the Switch too.
I know I need to be getting it.
I do too. I feel like I haven't played it enough on my Xbox to where I can justify getting it on my Switch. I kind of wish I could be like, hey, you remember when I bought this game a couple years ago on the Xbox? Can you just kind of hook me up with a copy now?
See, that brings up a good question. I'm sure we'll talk about this more later, but as bigger titles are being ported over to the Switch,
Yeah.
what does that mean for the gaming in the Switch? Because right now we're getting old titles. We're getting stuff that has already been released and has been played to death everywhere
yeah.
else. At what point do we want to play something we've already
Something
mastered?
brand new or...
Yeah, when are we going to get the new title for that exact same game that's going to be everywhere
So
else?
kind of interesting, and we can cover this. So I used to play Rocket League on my Xbox, and I enjoyed it. But then when I got my Switch and I could play Rocket League, like laying down in bed, like about to go to sleep. I know this is nuts, but it's like I'm literally laying here, looking up at my Switch, holding it and hoping I don't drop it in my face, playing Rocket League with headphones in, and like. I don't know. This might be oversharing, but we're fine with that, right?
Absolutely.
Are we okay with oversharing?
We're totally okay.
So I'm
This is an oversharing free
I've got
zone.
headphones in, and I'm playing Rocket League on my Switch, laying down in bed. My wife's reading, and I am like breathing heavy. Like I'm literally like laying here, like, and she's like, "Are you okay?" Like I'm having a cardiac moment or something. Like
She's wondering what you're
she's,
actually
what
watching
are you
there.
doing on your Switch? And I'm like, I just scored an air goal. It's like I got an epic save on Rocket League, and it's like kind of explaining these things. But now I feel like she's come to terms with like this is our reality. I'll be playing console games before bed. So no more reading, just playing Rocket League.
Right. Well, at least it's better than having the TV on and
Yeah.
and you're bothering the whole room. At least you got it right.
I feel like
right.
it's relaxing. Do
Absolutely.
you have any weird moments like that, like where you're like,
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I do the same thing in a sense. I've got the Switch going, and I've been trying to unlock every single thing you can do with Zelda. And the wife looks over, and she's like, "Are you gonna go to bed anytime soon?" It's like 1:30. Yeah, maybe I should because I have to be at work. I need to be recording the next episode.
yeah,
But no, I just got to find this one last thing. We got to do it, and it just hooks me in. I keep going.
and you're just going and going.
She at least turn the light off. Okay, turn the light off.
I would get that with I play some games like Rainbow Six Siege or I've been into Destiny 2 a lot lately, and there's always that one next quest step. Like last night I don't know if I go to bed late or early. I don't know. 10:30. I don't know. Is that late?
I don't know if that's late or if that's early these days.
I have no idea. But
I mean, it's probably late for most parents, but it's early for probably the younger generation who might be dropped.
there was a time where I went to bed at probably like 1 o'clock. Well, actually, there was a time where I was going to bed at like 4, but I worked a completely different schedule, totally different life at that point. But, you know, in recent years, it was like 1 o'clock, and now it started scaling back a bit, but I digress. So playing Destiny 2, and, you know, it's like 10:30, and I'm like, one more quest step, you know. And, you know, games like that, they're just a grind. You know, it's just the looter shooter grind, got to get the next thing. And literally last night, like, time just got away. I didn't play anything in the evening. But I look at my watch, it's like 10:30, you know, we're kind of turning in for the night. And I kind of get this little itch. Like, do I turn on my Xbox and just kind of take that next quest step?
You know it's going to be more than 30
It's going to be
minutes,
like
though.
2 hours before I'm done, you know?
But it feels like it was done like that.
Yeah. But that's where I think, like, with Permission to Game, with what we're going to do here, and we invite you guys to give feedback, too, of what you want to see us covered, is kind of going into things like, you know, what games are going to be a complete time suck that aren't really good for parents, and what games are kind of like you can pick up, you can play, and you can put it down and walk away from. You know, because there's literally some games where it's like I haven't done a raid in Destiny in like 3 years.
Yeah.
Because the last time I did a raid, it was just hours, you know. And
That's
I'm
the whole reason I stopped playing the game.
Right.
It's ridiculous.
I still play now, but I stick to like strikes, and I steer clear of like raids, because it's like I can't get on with my friends. I've got some Xbox friends like scattered across the country, and most of them are younger and they don't have kids, so I'm like the old guy, right? I don't think of myself as the old guy, but I'll say things like, well, back in my day, you know. And like I can't raid for like 4 hours. I mean, I can't be up to like 2 a.m. doing that.
Well, it's because we don't get jacked up on Mountain Dew and Surge and stuff anymore.
You do get jacked up. I've seen you. You're
only at the
drinking
office here. You
some
gotta get
strange
things done.
energy drinks from the dollar store. Like, I don't even know what these are.
I mean, I'm probably cut a couple years off my lifespan with some of those energy drinks, but
Yeah.
who knows?
But, you know, we're going to cover things that's like, you know, I can pick up and play. It's not going to be a huge time suck investment. And then also things that, okay, this is kid worthy. You know, my kids can play this. I give it like the dad seal of approval. Can we do that?
I totally
like
agree.
the PTG dad thumbs up.
Some sort of like.
And then also too with systems, like I brought my Switch in. You've got yours.
Yeah, I
here
brought mine in.
today.
I should have brought in my dock. I mean, I look so unprofessional.
Well, you know
compared to
what?
over
I
here.
got the dock. You've got it sitting
It's
there.
just-
We've got like the
who knows?
contrasting Joy-Con colors.
Which we're gonna have to talk about how you did that.
Yeah, well, dude, it wasn't hard.
I know it's not hard, but it's
So
for another day.
So I bought the neon Joy-Con because I'm just like, I don't know, it looks cool. I like colors and a little fun pop here and there.
I agree. This is actually my second Switch
Oh.
because I didn't like the gray
I
Joy-Cons.
know your deal. Like,
Yeah,
he's like
I'm
the
really
Switch
good.
hustler,
I'm really good
right?
at doing it.
So I typically like a black thing. Like I like wearing black clothes. I like black devices. Like my electronics are all black. I never got the white Xbox because it would just clash with everything I have.
Oh, see, that's the best one.
No, I couldn't do that. I just for the fact that it's white, white. I can't do that. But so I bought the neon Switch, the neon Joy-Con Switch, and then I bought a second set of neon Joy-Cons. And the second set that I bought, they were opposite
Yep.
because yours is how it comes normally. It's blue on the left. Is that orange?
It's more of like, would you call
what do
it
you
red?
call it?
They
I
say
don't-
it's neon red.
It's supposed
but
to be neon red. I don't
it's
think
more like a
red is a neon color.
salmon.
So it's the salmon. So we
Neon
got
salmon.
neon blue and salmon, right? And then the pack that I bought, just the separate Joy-Cons, it was reversed. And so I ended up putting these here.
Genius.
So another
Well,
one.
do you have the other set?
It's at home.
Yeah, so you could.
But
flip
then I
them.
brought my Pro controller.
We could do
'cause
all blue and all salmon.
I had to bring my Pro controller. So,
So we got to talk about that too. I'm
We'll get to that.
considering upgrading, but I'm not
so,
sure.
so a bit of this, with like Permission to Game. My biggest hurdle that I had to get over was like being okay with little kids playing with my stuff, because I'm like, that's my stuff. You know, I don't want you taking my stuff and like, I don't know, getting boogers on it, getting food on it, because I'm always like, okay, wash your hands. And sometimes I think, okay, did you go potty and you like didn't wash your hands, and I'm getting all, I'm getting like bathroom juice all over my.
You've had those days where
controller.
you've cleaned off the controller
Dude.
and you're like, what is this?
Dude, I've
coming off of
had
here?
moments where it's like, got to get that Lysol, right?
Yep.
And just wipe it down. But long story short, the reason it is switched around is because I started my blue one started falling apart a little bit. One of my kids kind of picked at the
Really?
the rubbery on the Joy-Con.
Did you get drift on it too?
This one actually is getting drift.
Oh, no.
I didn't get drift on that one, but it doesn't lock in good, so I need like the aftermarket
Little like
slider
metal,
things. Yeah,
the metal tabs that hold it in place.
But I'll tell you what. So this being our pilot episode, I'm going to get into like a quick little Switch review. Just my 2 cents.
Yeah, we'll do a whole episode on that.
We will cover the Switch in an entire episode of its own, kind of like a starter pack. Like if you're getting a Switch this holiday season, these are the essentials that you need for your Switch. But real quick, I feel like the Switch is probably the best value for family gaming.
Oh, absolutely. 100%.
Because like my kids can play it. It's got, I mean, it's a Nintendo. So you've got Mario, you've got all the stuff that comes from Nintendo. Kids love that. The portability is amazing. Like it's a handheld device. The kids can go and sit and play. You can take it on
Well, I know our
trips.
last family vacation, I ended up playing it the whole time.
Oh, yeah.
My kid wanted it on the plane. I was like, no, hold on. I got to get past this
And
next
that's
level.
the best thing about the Switch is like any hotel you go to, you can easily hook this thing up, right?
Yep.
And you can just get right at it, and I mean it's like a fun party, you know. So when you have to go back to your hotel room, if you're at like Disney or wherever you're going, because you guys were at Disney,
Yeah, we just did that.
you got the Switch to play. So super cool, awesome value in gaming. But we'll have a whole episode
Yeah.
on that one, right?
Yes.
So I brought with me a brand new game. This actually came out on Halloween this year.
Actually, good timing. A little late
A little
for some
late.
people, but good
Yeah.
timing on the holiday.
And so we're gonna open this up right now. This is still in the plastic. So Luigi's Mansion 3.
Right. I've watched a lot of videos. I've read reviews, but I've yet to play it. So
Dude,
let's do this.
I haven't even touched it yet. So there's been a lot of hype on this game. Oh, and fun fact, or I don't know if this is a fun fact or a pro move. I always like to use
Same
that
way. That's
little-
where I break it
Is
every
that-
time
is that
too.
you too?
Yeah.
I feel like I
except
always
use my
had
keys.
a
I don't
hard
use my
time
finger.
opening. Oh, now I'm gonna have a hard time opening my game. There we go.
Only
Oh
because
my
you're on
gosh,
video.
dude. I'm like manhandling this thing. Oh, look at that. So
Hold on. Is that one of those satisfying experiences for you when you peel the plastic?
I
off
love
things?
it. You know what I used to like is when you bought CDs and stuff back in the day, and they had the little security seal
Yeah.
plastic.
No, those were a pain in the
I
butt.
liked
I
picking
couldn't
at
get
that
them
and
off.
getting it off. I
Hated
couldn't,
it.
dude. I
And
couldn't
then the ones that
stand
give
it.
you the perforated edge, and then you'd have it split in half, and then you're trying to figure out how to get
No,
both
when my
halves
friends
off.
would let me borrow a game and they'd still have the plastic on there, I picked it off. I couldn't stand to see it. So I'm like, dude, you can't do this.
I agree.
So this has been like super hyped up all year. I don't know, was it like E3 or whatever, or it was like Nintendo announced, I think it was April, that Luigi's Mansion 3 was coming out this year. And it's like, oh my gosh, when is this happening? And it finally came out on Halloween. I actually had this pre-ordered. Quick plug to my homies at Level 7 Games. I'm actually wearing one of their gear right now, so cool custom gear from Level 7 Games.
It's actually a pretty sweet shirt.
Thank you.
What do they call that dude?
Lonk.
Lonk?
This is Lonk, so it's kind of like a version of Link from Legend of Zelda. But anyway, so we got 3 locations around Denver. Actually, I had this pre-ordered at their Alameda location, and dude, I mean, it launched October 31st, and I just picked it up yesterday. So they another permission to game. This is Dad Gaming here and stuff, where it's like, okay, I pre-ordered my game, and 2 weeks later, 20 days later, oh my gosh.
It's been a while.
20 days later, I pick it up, but literally, like, every day, my son especially, he's like, Dad, are we getting Luigi's Mansion 3? When can we get Luigi's Mansion 3? And he's even getting to the desperate point where he's like, I'm going to do some chores and save up money. I'm like, hold, pump the brakes, son. I'm going to get Luigi's Mansion 3. Just give me a minute. And then I finally ran over there yesterday and grabbed it. So we're going to get into this one. And this is the cool thing. I mean, it's up to 8 players, multiplayer. I guess with their Scare Tower or whatever it was. So not the original Luigi's Mansion, but Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon, which was on the Nintendo 3DS.
3DS, yeah.
Had multiplayer support. So you could play it with several 3DSs with one cartridge.
Interesting.
Or a cart. So my kids have that, and so since my son's been jonesing for Luigi's Mansion, he's been playing Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon all this time.
Getting all prepped up.
He's getting his fill of Luigi's Mansion. So the multiplayer is really cool. They've got the Scare Scraper in this again, and they also have something called the Scream Park. So I don't know. There's a lot going on in here, but we're gonna unbox, I guess, here and do a little startup. So
for those that don't quite know that are watching, can you give a little background of what Luigi's Mansion is? What it's been the first 2 installments, and here we are with the third one.
So Luigi's Mansion, the first one was a GameCube game,
Yeah.
and it was the first game starring Luigi. Really, unless there's another that I don't know about.
I mean, not that in the sense that we have a full-fledged title right now.
Right.
We've had Luigi in other aspects.
Luigi's been like
What?
he's like the afterthought. He's like the second player, or
Right.
somebody who's kind of, I don't know. He's kind of
Mario's-
always bumbling
Mario's always
around.
taking the
Mario's
main
a hero,
stage.
you know. Our producer just piped in. He got stuck playing Luigi, and that's always the deal. When you're playing Mario Kart or something, nobody wants to be Luigi. So Luigi's Mansion came out on the GameCube, and it was a chance for Luigi to be the hero. So I believe in that one, if I remember the story correctly, Mario inherited a mansion, and it's like haunted or whatever. They show up and Mario disappears. Like the ghosts take him or something.
Yep.
And
Finally,
Luigi,
they've got to find Mario. He's no
you
longer.
gotta find Mario.
Yeah.
So wasn't there a game called Mario's Missing?
I can't remember honestly.
There is something. I'll find it.
There's so
But
many weird variants.
I
of
guarantee
Mario
there was a game called unless this is one of those like, time splits where the universe goes off in a different direction, and I'm remembering like an alternate timeline where there was a game about Mario missing. 1993 educational video game. Thank you to our producer, Yeah,
Wow.
dude. Okay, so you guys don't hear this, but our producer, he just Googled to help me out. It was an MS-DOS game in 1993 that was educational, probably to teach math or typing or something.
I'm assuming so. Probably with the 7.5-inch floppies you put in, flip the door
So
down.
this is that big nerd moment where I'm like on a PC playing Commander Keen. We'll talk about
yes.
that one later. And Mario's Missing was one of those games, but nobody knows about that. All right, so fast forward, Luigi's Mansion comes out on the GameCube. It's Luigi's chance to be a hero. He's armed with like a vacuum cleaner. It's like the Poltergust.
Poltergust, yep.
And he uses it to essentially suck up the ghost, kind of like a Ghostbuster. And he has a little device that he communicates with his Professor Egad. He's like this. To me, he's like a baby. He looks like a baby, but he's like this professor, right? And so Luigi's communicating with him, going through this mansion to clean out all these rooms and fight like ghost bosses and stuff to progress through the mansion in order to find Mario. And then on the Nintendo 3DS, they made sort of like a half sequel, I guess. I never consider like handheld consoles like a full sequel, but I'm guessing that was more like Luigi's Mansion 2, right?
Right.
So that was Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon.
Right, but they didn't
3DS.
call it Luigi's Mansion 2. They just went
They
straight
called
to
Dark Moon,
Right.
right.
So
And
to
that-
go straight to Luigi's Mansion 3 for this is
So now
interesting.
they're recognizing it's like this is the third installment of Luigi's Mansion. So it's a big deal. This is supposed to be a big game. There's a lot of multiplayer to it. Like I said, my kids have been
Now,
jonesing.
what
for
kind of
this for-
multiplayer are we talking about? Are we talking about player versus player,
I-
or is this more of like a co-op? Of
So
working
with the
together to
Scare
complete it?
Scraper, I think it's co-op. So right here, I'm going to read it. It says 2 players can play on a Nintendo Switch system, and up to 8 players can play together via online or local play using 4 systems. So, like the 2 of us here, like we could
Work
team
together
up
and play.
and we could have 4 players.
That's not a bad idea.
Or you could play online, or you can bring other people around with more systems. And then there's a Scream Park, and it says compete on one Nintendo Switch in this multiplayer mode for up to 8 players. So there's cannon
So
barrage,
8 players
coin
running
flip.
around the different levels.
Yeah, I think this is more
Sucking up
like
ghosts.
this is the PvP. So more like
Working together, but yet still working against each other.
probably
for
like
points.
a Mario Party
Yeah.
type mini game situation here. But the main game, it says, can Luigi brave the haunted hotel? Control Luigi and Gooigi. I don't know who Gooigi is, so this is somebody new.
Oh, we'll find out.
It says Gooigi slips into action. Control them or play together with a friend. Send enemies and furniture flying with a powerful blast of air. So another feature of the Poltergust, you can suck bad guys in, or you can shoot things at them with that. Slam with the Poltergust GOO, so the goo. I don't know. And there's another fun aspect about this game. Hopefully we see it. We're going to start it up, and we're gonna just get the game started and do like a quick little initial playthrough. But Luigi always has his little helpful device. So in the first game, he had a Game Boy Horror, which was a Game Boy Color, but it was like his communicator device that he used to talk to Professor Egad. And then in the Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon, I don't remember what it was called, but it was like a Game Boy Advance type device thing.
I know what we're using in this one.
I know what we're using.
I don't want
too.
to. I don't want to like.
I'm
Release
not.
it
I'm not
yet.
gonna.
We'll get
I'm
there.
not
But
gonna,
we'll talk about it. This
I'm
one's
not
gonna
gonna
be sweet.
let the cat out of the bag, but I know what we're using. I had one. I loved it. I know a lot of people hated it, but
I thought it was cool.
We'll get into it. So what we're gonna do? We're gonna fire up Luigi's Mansion here, and we're a little low tech. And I'll tell you this because when you need permission to game, you make do. Am I right?
Right.
So we make do, and that's what we're doing. So what we're going to do, we're going to start up Luigi's Mansion 3 here. And the other thing too, the Nintendo Switch has a really simple menu system, which I think is great because you can. Oh man, we can just keep the camera kind of here. I think we see it good. Oh, now I gotta do it.
See, this is the only problem with unboxing. We got
Oh
the
my
game,
gosh.
what is it, day one downloads we haven't done yet.
Hopefully it's not big.
Who knows? It really depends on the game. I mean, this one here is supposedly, it's pretty well done.
Yeah.
The graphics are amazing. They made it cute. They've made it fun. They've made it something that anybody can pick up and play. So, fingers crossed.
Oh,
here we go.
I don't need the update. I can just start it. So that's the thing with the Switch. Simple menu system. It's not cluttered with a bunch of like social and videos and stuff like that. It's just gaming.
Mm-hmm.
I think the only video streaming is Hulu on your Switch,
Yes.
and there's no web browser. So it's made to game, and that's what I like about it, especially for families. Is it's simple. You know, you get right into gaming. All
Here we
right,
go.
so here it is. So we got Luigi's Mansion 3. That's is it the Scare Tower? What are we? Scare Scraper. So instead of a mansion, I guess we inherited a giant skyscraper. All right, I'm going to press A to start. Oh yeah, and here are our Mii's. You'll notice we're all in the
Wow.
same pose.
Wow.
So that is me, my son,
I
and
sure hope your
daughter.
Christmas card looks like this.
Yeah, this is a family Christmas card moment here, so I'm going to choose me. I mean, come on, man. You have to have a slick pose for your me, right? I mean,
That's one thing I never got into. I did not get into the Mii's at all. Like, no. My son built it just for Super Smash Ultimate, but no.
there we go. No surprises there. Typical. Yeah.
A little cute loading dog in the corner.
Isn't that great?
It's great.
Here we go. So it's going to give us the intro to...
It almost looks like a Pixar film.
Yeah, it's super cartoony. A lot more animation than what I'm used to in the previous Luigi's Mansion games. Oh,
Toad's my favorite, by the way. Every time on Mario Kart, Toad.
Serious?
All day
Toad?
long. Oh, yeah. He's fast.
So where's Luigi? So he must not be with them.
He's probably sleeping.
Oh, good call.
I totally called
good
that. I had
call.
no clue.
Did you watch this?
I
already?
am dead serious. I
Okay.
have not watched any of this. Only
So
read
he
a
was
bunch of
he was
stuff.
totally sleeping on the back of the bus, and okay, there's a ghost dog.
We remember growing up, the back of the bus was the place to sit. You bounce up and
Yeah,
down. trying to get the
everybody
bump,
fought for the back of the bus.
but not the back of the car.
Okay. So do you ever skip intros?
It really depends.
Okay.
If it's a game I'm excited about, I'm gonna
Yeah.
watch it all.
That-
if it's
that's
one
how
that
I
I'm
feel
just like,
too,
I just
like-
want to get to it and play.
Like especially this is brand new. It's like I gotta see like the intro. A part of me just wants to jump right into the game, but at the same time I feel like I don't want to miss out on like okay what. I feel like the developers made this, you know, and there's plot and there's story that's unraveling here or whatever, and I feel like I need to watch it, right?
So this looks like so far that we're not really. Sorry, I keep bumping the mic. No, we're not really. What do you want to say? Inheriting anything? It's not a mansion that we own or are a part of.
So this
what
is more
this?
like they're staying at this scare scraper.
Okay.
At like a
So they've been
for like a
invited in a
vacation.
sense.
Let me just turn this here.
Mario and friends and
Yeah.
Luigi's along for the ride.
He's got a nice suitcase there. He's got his L embroidered on it. A lot of baggage. Oh. That's impressive. You know what that reminds me of? Like Scrooge McDuck's Money Vault.
Speaking of Scrooge
Look at
McDuck, I've been watching me some DuckTales.
You've been watching some DuckTales?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Is it
I literally
classic
have a kid.
DuckTales or
It's
the
classic,
new? Okay.
and I want to watch the
The
what is
new
it,
DuckTales,
movie.
yeah. The new DuckTales series they had on Disney was pretty good. But,
I haven't
oh
watched it
man, I loved DuckTales.
I always wanted to dive into a pit of gold money.
Yeah,
Like, it
I bet it
looked
would
so
hurt.
much fun.
It looked amazing. Like you could
His
dive in
money
and you
was
could
like
swim.
magic, though.
It's magic money. All those coins. I mean, but I feel like if you actually did that, you'd severely hurt yourself. Okay, so this looks pretty normal. They're welcome. Wait, something's weird. So they're welcoming Mario and friends, right? Oh, and then we get to jump right in. So this is interesting because I have no idea, like, okay, what am I supposed to do? Okay, so talk to him. Hey, bro. All right.
I didn't realize that ghosts could eat stuff.
Slimer?
Yeah.
Come on, Slimer on Ghostbusters?
I mean,
eats,
true.
Kind of. So I'll tell you one thing. The one thing that always frustrated me with Luigi's Mansion was how slow Luigi moves. I just want him to run everywhere. So
Are you one of those gamers where you just click the run button and go?
constantly running.
Never walking?
Yeah. Sometimes even jumping too. And jumping makes it feel like I'm moving faster, even though, I mean, I'm not.
Ocarina of Time, rolling.
Toad here. Princess Peach definitely didn't forget to pack anything. Show enough. Look at all this stuff. Ah, Luigi, what's up? All right.
Is that the way your wife packs for the vacations too?
Yeah, we pack it deep. So
Literally the house, kitchen
everything.
sink, the friend, neighbor's kitchen sink.
we and so I'm not even embarrassed to say this, but literally on trips, I'll bring appliances. Dude, our last trip, we brought the toaster. We brought our own coffee pot.
Really?
Yeah, we stayed at a cabin up at Estes Park.
See, but that makes a little bit more sense.
Even, I mean, yeah.
If you're going to like a
Hotels, though,
Marriott and you
dude.
brought your own toaster,
I would bring my own toaster. Here's why, man. Kids waste so much food. Like, just bring your own toaster oven, do some pizza rolls. Welcome guests to the last resort. Okay, so the last resort. That's a fun name. That's the name of the scare scraper there. Are you ready to check in? Are you ready?
Yes,
I'm
do
ready.
it.
Let's check in.
this dude's creepy looking.
Yeah, something weird about. Oh, he's wearing a mask. Kind of.
She's not wearing a
purple.
mask.
Welcome to the last resort. It's like Papa Roach's hotel. Is that relevant anymore?
Not
Do kids know what I'm talking about?
Probably not these days.
This is my last resort. No. Okay, I'll stop. My name is Helen Gravely, and I am the owner of this hotel. Okay, now we know her name, Helen Gravely. Absolutely delighted that you decided to accept my invitation. Fantastic. She got big hair.
And floats down the stairs.
You all must be very tired. Come, allow me to show you to your rooms. Oh, no need to worry about your luggage. Our exceptional staff will take care of it for you. Sounds like a pretty good place. Okay, so I'm saying these are like ghosts or something, because that's why they're like floating around, and this guy's got a mask, and she's kind of strange looking. And all the ghosts were like a purplish blue that you battled anyway.
Yeah.
Haha, you're our VIPs after all. Okay.
You
we've
think after
prepared-
2 instances they would kind of start to catch on?
They
with
prepared a
what's gonna go on
first-rate
here?
experience for us. Shall we get going? Okay, so definitely we didn't inherit this place. We're just staying here on vacation. Okay. Let's go.
Love how Peach always has an entourage with her.
The entourage of
All the little toadlings.
Toadlings? Is that how
I don't know. That's what I'm calling them.
Toadstool people?
Yeah. Who knows?
Toadstoolians? I always wonder, are those hats that they're wearing, or is that their actual head?
I want to say they take it off in one of the older games.
Do they?
Yeah, he takes something
Oh,
out of it
Yeah.
and he talks to Peach.
Do you remember the Super Mario Brothers Super Show, the cartoon?
Oh my gosh, it's
I
been
think
a long time.
I think they would take off their toadstool bonnets or whatever they are.
we should totally watch one of those episodes on these.
Okay, so Mario, Luigi, and Peach's rooms are over there, and we've prepared rooms for you toads as well. Hope you enjoy your stay. I dare say you'll remember it for the rest of your lives. Ha ha ha. That's pretty interesting. That's what's gonna happen. This is gonna be a memorable experience. Bye bye now. See ya.
I love how there's like a weird mix of gibberish and English within what they're saying.
Yeah. Like they'll have
can-
things like the bye bye, hey bro, and then blah 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 blah. All right. This is a fairly long introduction.
I really like the way they've designed this.
Yeah.
The graphics are actually phenomenal for
It
what it
looks
is.
nice. So
It truly is. This is an example of one of the Switch games that's actually better to play on the big screen than it is in handheld. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm sure it's great
yeah,
to play in bed at night with your headphones on, but on the screen, this
it
looks
looks
good.
really nice. I mean, this is a fairly decent screen here, and okay, so
All right, so we got to explore everything. If you haven't read or seen much about the game so far, you've got to explore every single room. There are hidden things within everything that you can interact with.
time to rest. No, you're like playing there. What? Okay, nope. I thought maybe I could open my suitcase. Or is that what I'm supposed to do? And again, yeah, you have to open up everything, like open the drawers, open up. So a bunch of little, what do they call those? Scare takes or
Jump scares.
Jump
That's what my
scares.
kid calls it.
Here we go. Okay. Bonaparte. Oh, that's his name, Polterpup.
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 Shows you how long it's been since we played this.
Okay, there we go. And a lot of times in Luigi's Mansion, you'll have to open up like curtains and things like that and check behind them. And this is where, you'll eventually find ghosts. Is he gonna... Okay, nothing scary in there.
If a toilet did that to me, I'd be like, done. We're out of here.
Yeah, I mean, the minute something comes out of the toilet,
Nope.
gonna pass. Gonna check out right now.
Hard no.
Hard no. Okay, what's this? No. Okay. So what do you
So
think?
do that again really quick. It's really neat how when you hit the edge of the screen,
Yeah.
it makes it look like the tile
So
is
right
actually there. You can see the door.
There's the
so
door.
as you try to exit, see, it won't let you.
I can't exit the room. What do I do?
You're locked in.
So
I think the next thing is we're gonna have to rest, move on
Okay.
to the next stage of this kind of intro.
Polterpup. There we go. Yes, let's take a rest. What do we have here? Got the old flashlight. So in Luigi's Mansion, Luigi would use the flashlight to startle the ghosts. And that would, I think they had like a
kinda
heart or
stun them.
something. It would stun them,
Yeah.
expose their weakness or whatever, and then you could suck them up in the vacuum.
Yep.
The poltergeist.
Have you ever done that when you get to your hotel and you open up your bag and you're like, I haven't seen this in
You know what I do
couple
when I get to my
hours.
hotel? I do exactly what he did. I go all around, open the curtains, look in the drawers and all that stuff.
See if
Like,
anyone left anything.
I gotta check the place out. I need to look in and under every nook and cranny and just, I don't know, make sure it's safe and there's nothing strange hidden here. Is that weird? I don't know.
I mean,
I just kind of run in and start ripping the place apart.
well, what do you do in a VRBO then when you're renting someone else's place?
I
You're gonna go
dig
start
through
snooping?
everything I can. You ever do that? You try doors and stuff. Oh,
and
that door's locked.
What blows my mind is when people actually leave stuff and it's like, wow.
Okay, so we just took a rest and we wake up and now it's like, what's happening? It's like spooky. So we're in the same room and look at the graphics on this. This is just,
Wow.
I always thought, so when the game first came out on GameCube, I always thought the graphics were pretty legit. Looked good gameplay. And this is just, finally a big console release of Luigi's Mansion now. It's pretty legit.
This is one of the neat things about what gaming's been able to do lately.
Okay, so we
For
got
example, it's
spooky
like
balloons.
Fortnite and Zelda. You can make a really solid looking game without going overboard on the graphics.
And everything moves in here. These boxes move around and stuff. The lighting is really nice.
I wonder if you go to the drawers that popped out at you.
So
If
so
it's gonna
that
do
thing
something
popped
different.
out of the closet was different now. It was like a happy thing earlier, and now it's now they're spooky.
So now you got
things.
claws on the hand.
I'm guessing there's gonna be something crazy in the bathroom here. Oh, okay. So did you see the little mouse thing went in there? So this is one thing where I say, with what we're covering in this is a game that I'm enjoying. I enjoy how it looks. It's got good gameplay. It's not like a dumbed down kids game, right?
Right.
But at the same time, it's still something that I feel like kids will enjoy, because kids love the Mario games. They love the, hunting around, searching and stuff like that. Uh-oh, what's this?
It reminds me of kind of a choose your own adventure. There's still a linear path you need
Yeah.
to follow, but you're there to explore everything because there's that hidden key, that hidden tool that's going to tell you what to do halfway out throughout the game that you just learned here.
You know what? Maybe it's my opinion, but I feel like kids now like that. I'm not really stuck on a linear path. I can choose my own adventure in a game. Okay, so now I'm leaving the room. There's nothing in my room. Obviously, things are a little spooky now. So I'm going to leave the room and see what's happening. Okay, so it looks like the whole hotel is being taken over by spookiness.
Being taken over or uncovering?
Uncovering, maybe. Because it seemed a little sinister when we first walked in, right? Like something was afoot.
Yeah, it was too perfect.
It's just like bumbled right into the luggage. And that was the kind of thing with Luigi in Luigi's Mansion. He'd like shake things, shake drawers, and check stuff out. Uh-oh.
And carefully, your hat almost fell down the garbage chute.
Can I do that again? Okay. And again, the walls, you can see there's windows there. There's Peach's luggage. Nice, cool mirror effect on that. I bet there's something with the game. The more of those balloons you pop, you'd probably like.
Did you pop all the other ones?
I popped all the ones in the room. Okay, there's a spooky spider.
Try to go into Mario's room.
Remember that South Park where they had the haunted house? Yeah, spooky spider, spooky spider. Oh yeah, remember that? Like in Luigi's Mansion, he would always like ask for Mario, Mario, and then at times he would start whistling or humming the theme song.
Where is?
Do you
Mario?
remember? Do you remember the theme music?
I don't.
Uh-oh. So there was the normal Mario theme. It was like bam, bam, bam,
Right.
ba-da, ba-da. But Luigi's Mansion had a different music to it. It was like, oh gosh, how did it go? Like, I'll remember it. It'll come to me. So what else can I check? Okay. It's kind of cool. I can move that around. It's another set of balloons.
Pop
Man,
some balloons.
Mario's room is trash. Like, look at all this pizza laying everywhere.
Can you move the cart to get in the bathroom?
I think. Oh,
Oh, money.
a coin.
Guys,
Dude, you got to get your coins, right?
Right.
That's like the Mario thing. Can I move this?
it's hitting the chair. Is there a way to move the chair? Maybe it's one of those elements we have to come back to.
Maybe. Oh yeah, because once we get the poltergeist, we'll probably be able to use the suction power and move that cart. So obviously we're finding out everybody's gone.
Oh, I do.
Cleaning cart. You know, this reminds me of Ghostbusters. Remember? You don't remember Ghostbusters.
I'm
has it
excited
been a
for the new
while?
one to come out.
Oh, so I recently there was a movie party at the Alamo Theater for
And they played all of them,
Ghostbusters.
yeah.
They played the original Ghostbusters, and so the cleaning cart here reminds me of the lady at the hotel. She's like, "What in the hell are you doing?" And literally, like her cart's on fire. Like they took out their zappers, the proton packs, and just shot up her cart, thinking she was a ghost. And they're like, "Sorry, we're sorry." And she's like spraying the fire out with her spray bottle of cleaner. Okay. Oh, you got a little startled there. So this has probably been the most of a beginning to Luigi's Mansion I've ever seen.
It's actually taken quite a while to get to the story.
Again, like, you gotta bump into everything. And all of these rooms are, like, blocked. To where I can't get in.
You didn't pop the balloons.
Oh, no. Uh-oh. So I wonder if the elevator is going to be like the leveling mechanic to where it's like, okay, this floor is this level. Should I? Yeah, let's
It's a little
go
bit
back.
different each time.
Let's go back and pop the balloons. So are you like a completionist, like the 100%?
So it really
complete?
depends on the game. Like, I
Actually can't pop
try
these
to be a
right now.
completionist. I'd like to get to the point. And that's another thing. You can't jump.
Yeah. So I can't pop these.
I try to get to the point where I can complete it, but it's doesn't always happen.
Okay, here we go. See, look, she's creepy.
Possessed.
Or is she just like her true ghost form now? Well, 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 if it isn't my most esteemed VIP, I was just on my way to see you. Is your room living up to your expectations? Oh, poor Luigi. I can barely contain myself. You have no idea how much I wanted you to accept my invitation. Why is that? I'm sure you're wondering. Ha ha ha, you see? There's someone I truly adore. He's the inspiration for some of my greatest ideas, like inviting you here. Oh, I wonder who she's talking about. I think it's Professor Egad.
It's probably
Huge fan of his.
or it's the
That's why
very
so
final
many-
boss, one or the other.
Oh, she said you. You, that's right, Luigi. I hope you're ready. Oh my. King Boo. Mwahaha. Surprise, Luigi, it's a me, King Boo. That old coot had me locked up tight in his lab. But guess what? I got out. The hotel owner here was just dying to meet me, so she busted me out. Pretty lucky, huh? Anyway, I didn't think you'd actually show up here. I was ready though just in case. In fact, my vengeance is nearly complete. You know, quick side story. Seeing my kids be able to read like prompts in video games now is like a huge accomplishment. Like did you would have to read it to them. It's
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Dad, what does this say? What does that say? Legend of Zelda was like the biggest one where there were so many prompts and they're like, okay, what does this say? What does that say? I'm like reading through these.
What I never understood is they're still able to figure out what to do next without. They just
Absolutely.
skip,
Like-
and they figure it out.
I've seen them complete games like before they could read them. Like, how did you do this? Like, they just know where to go next somehow.
Who knows?
And I think that's the thing
Or
with
they
like,
inherently just walk into it and stumble upon the next best thing.
like the Nintendo Switch, I think is cool for that because, so like the first game, I think it was Super Mario Odyssey. My kids beat, and they played through the whole thing, and they could barely read at the time.
Right.
You know. So everyone's getting trapped here by King Boo. He's out for vengeance. And everyone's trapped in the paintings. Remember that?
Yeah, you're right. I totally forgot about that. You have to go find him.
Take that. Oh, and there's one more frame, of course. I saved it especially for you. Stay right there and put on your best.
Now,
toy.
the whole painting thing, it's almost a callback to the N64 Mario,
Yeah.
where you have to jump in.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
So in Super Mario 64, and you're wearing your Nintendo
Right?
64
Gotta have
shirt,
an N64 shirt.
you had to jump in the paintings to
Right.
start the levels. Okay. Oh,
Neat little tie-back.
dude, I
to
looked
history.
away, so like King Boo's like after me now. Oh my gosh. And all the doors are disappearing. Oh,
That garbage chute. You got to get back to the garbage chute.
is that it?
It's got to be
Okay.
it. Remember, you tried to open it again and it wouldn't do anything?
There we go. Dude. And there's my painting. He's ready to trap me.
That's the same in graphics almost that you had when in Legends of Zelda when Ganondorf came out of
Yeah.
the painting in the one final boss.
Nintendo's got a thing with paintings. And that's the beginning.
Wow, we haven't even gotten to the
Mansion
gameplay
3.
yet, and
How long was that?
that's crazy.
35 minutes to do the intro? to
Holy
that?
smokes!
My goodness. Okay, so
I mean, I want to keep going.
I want to keep
but-
going too. So, but this is like just a taste. This is like an unboxing taste, and I think this is like the theme we're gonna cover is like this is worth getting
Oh, absolutely.
because that right there is like usually a lot of stuff you'll buy games or some cost more money to continue to play, and you feel like you're not getting the value or it I don't know, it's like a waste of time. This was fun. That was fun to kind of walk through this and kind of get back into Luigi's Mansion. We're familiar with Luigi's Mansion, but I think even kids that have never played it before,
Yeah, you don't have to go back and play
Yeah.
the other ones.
It's
It's a great one just to get immersed. Back
it's a
into
new
what it is.
experience, right?
Right. You
So-
don't have to understand the backstory. You don't have to understand where we're at.
Totally brand new.
Yeah.
I think it's cool. So I'm looking forward to playing more of this. Are you going to get it?
See, it's a tough call. I want to, but again, I got to get permission. I've already spent my money on a couple other games that we're going to review here.
So
that
he needs
permission
permission
is
to
where
go.
are we at as far as spending the money? It'd be great
Right.
for my son for Christmas. I mean, that'd be a great holiday gift.
Yeah.
I would love to do that.
See, I'm just reckless.
But like I said,
it's like an in between now.
he's big into the whole first person, just turn it on, grind, shoot
Yeah.
a bunch of things, and then go play outside. Like, he doesn't want to sit down and
He
try to
doesn't want to
figure out
really
the
get
story.
into the story mission.
And that's where I'm like,
that.
fine, this may be the best gift for me. I'll buy it
Yeah.
for him as an excuse, but I'll be the one to actually play it.
So see, that's the other side of permission to game. It's kind of like, okay, I got the system for the kids, right?
Right.
But who's playing it the most? Dad or
Unfortunately.
whatever. Real quick, I'm going to get into a little extra feature that I love with Nintendo. So I do the Nintendo Digital online or whatever it is.
So I'm considering purchasing it. I haven't done it yet because I want to see if they're going to release an N64 version. Once the N64 online comes out, boom, picking it up.
So
putting it
I
in.
saw that they have started putting the 3DS library together
Already-
to
Well-
launch on this. Like I think we're gonna get 3DS games on the Switch.
I mean, it makes sense.
I think that would be awesome. But here's one thing I love. So again, too, and I don't think we've mentioned this yet, but how do we include the wife? I think that's the other side of permission to game because we'll do games with the kids. Does your wife game?
Oh yeah, well, not to the extent that we do, but
Oh,
there are
right.
games that she will gladly
There are
pick the
games.
controller up and play with us.
And my wife loves Dr. Mario. So
Oh my gosh.
we have literally we have had like I don't know if you call it a tournament, but like a back and forth Dr. Mario where it's like, okay, clear this level, okay, your turn, clear the next level, and we'll go back and forth. It's like, oh, okay, if you get a game over on that level, then it's my turn. Oh, I have this paused. What in the world? Oh, look at that. So, oh gosh. So this is like a special edition, but this is what I like about the Switch. With the Switch's online subscription, you get access to a bunch of NES games and Super NES games that you can play too, Dr. Mario being one of them. So it's been fun to have this as a little additional family fun, tournament with my wife.
So what do you think so far of the NES Classic Online?
I think it's great because you
'Cause
get
you
all
bought
of
the
these-
NES Classic, didn't you?
I bought the NES Classic and I have the Super NES Classic, which
And now we have all of this.
dude,
so what
I
do you
don't
think?
even remember the last time I turned those on. But now
They're
I have
more
all
like
this.
space savers within your cabinet.
Yeah, they look cool.
Yeah.
I have it there. But now I have this to where, I mean, look at all these games that it just comes with. And it's pretty cheap compared to most things. Like Xbox Live starts at like $10 a month for Live Gold.
Right.
And that doesn't give you Game Pass, which
No.
is their library. of
That only
games.
gets you online so you can
For
play.
like, what was it, like an extra $6 a month? So it's like $16 a month.
Yeah,
Then
it's-
you get unlimited Game Pass. This is like $20 for a year.
Right.
So the value of it is way up there, and you get all of these Nintendo games, and then I'll go back to the main menu.
Again, more classics just to bust out, to waste a little bit of time.
More stuff, yeah,
Get
totally.
back, you remember
Super
playing it?
quick. You can get back into a game.
So I haven't explored the library yet. Is Skate or Die on there?
No, it's not.
Oh, man.
So that's
That was
the
one
thing.
of my favorite.
There's a little
That and
stuff
Top
with
Gun.
licensing. You got to work with stuff that Nintendo was able to get licensed for this. But I mean, look at the Super Nintendo selection here. I mean,
Super Mario World. I
Dude.
spent way too many hours in that.
Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past was literally, this is where I cut my teeth on Legend of Zelda. Like, my mom played the first two on the Nintendo, and I kind of dabbled in them a bit, but I was a little too young to really get into it.
Right.
Super Nintendo, when it came out with A Link to the Past, this was my jam. Like, this was the first Zelda game I played all the way through.
See, I couldn't get into the only like what do you want to call it, the overworld kind of view.
Yeah.
The only one I could get into is Pokemon back in the day. I couldn't get into the Zelda. I didn't like it at all. But once N64 came out with the Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask, they completely changed the game for me when it came to Zelda Worlds. But
Yeah.
I still can't go back and play it. Now, I am excited to pick up the updated version of Link's Awakening.
That's going to be awesome.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's
you already
gonna be-
have it, don't
I
you?
already have it. I already beat
See,
the whole thing.
That's one of the ones where it's on my
So-
list of permissions to buy.
See, that was one I never played that game when I was a kid, when it was on the Game Boy.
Yeah.
And then they had a color version, the DX version that came out for the Game Boy Color.
Yeah.
I never played that Zelda game. But then when they remade it on the Switch, like I got into it. I loved it. It was so much fun. And my kids loved it too. So we're all playing this for the first time.
Have you beat it yet?
I've beat it.
Yeah?
Yeah, I have. Yeah, totally. Let's see here. So I'm gonna give you, as we wrap up, since I kind of hogged this on Luigi's Mansion, I'm gonna give you Adventures of Lolo.
Adventures of Lolo.
The
You
first
make me
level
play this, and I
to
haven't
start.
played it all.
I'm gonna make you play this as we wrap up. So, and here's the thing, you know, as we continue Permission to Game, we're gonna dig into, you know, the best system bundles to get you started. You know, what's the ideal starter pack for the Nintendo Switch, Xbox One, PlayStation 4. We got the PlayStation 5 coming out, but we're gonna also dig into things like classics. You know, what are cool classic games to get into? Are they worth like sharing with your kids? You know, stuff that we grew up with when we were little, and mobile games too. You know, got stuff coming out from like Microsoft with Xbox streaming and Project X Cloud. Google Stadia just launched. I think people are still waiting for their pre-orders to arrive, but really looking forward to seeing, you know, like how gaming is becoming more accessible, and then how, you know, dads can work together with their kids and come up with Permission to Game so that we can get games into the hands of our kids that they'll have a fun time playing, and then we'll also enjoy too. Do you even know what to do?
No clue. No
You
clue.
have no clue.
I'm just playing.
So this was a game like my mom played when I was a kid on the Nintendo, and I always had the hardest time playing it. But once it came out here on the Nintendo Classic that's built into the Switch, I played through the whole thing. Like I got so ingrained in it. Like I was just sucked in to this.
I'm trying to figure out the
You gotta
controls
get
first.
You gotta shoot the snail.
How do I shoot?
Wow, one of the buttons.
I'm trying all the buttons.
It was a controller with two buttons. There was A or B. You had no
Yeah.
options.
A or B, and then technically you should use the D-pad, but
You can't do anything.
A, B, A, B, A, B.
That was the thing with this. Like you'd screw up like every level and have to restart it.
It's not shooting.
Yeah.
I have no clue.
So this is one you probably wouldn't spend a ton of time in doing, with your gaming dad time being limited.
Now I'm frustrated. I
Now
wanna
you're
figure this out.
frustrated. So that's the other thing. It's like, how do you not be frustrated with your games? How do you still have fun in gaming?
Let's try both together. Button mashing.
No. Here, let me see that.
Try
Let
it.
me see.
If you get this,
That's the start over. That's the refresh the episode. Or is it episode or level?
so you gotta get the heart.
Okay. So this is what you do.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! How'd you do
dude.
that?
You know, I'm a pro.
Go open the box.
I'll get the box. And there we go. Level 1, Adventures of Lolo, done. How about that?
Okay, now I got it. This isn't fair. You can't. How?
It's not fair. Everything is fair in Permission to Game. So, thanks for joining us on this pilot episode. I'm Aaron. This is Evan. Drop a comment. Let us know what you want to see next. But we have a plan, at least for the next 8-9 episodes, what we want to cover. We're going to be talking Nintendo Switch starter packs,
Xbox,
Xbox,
reviews of the new
PlayStation.
games coming out.
I'm going to drop
What
some
you should
really
buy.
cool mobile gaming. Like what is actually good and what's garbage in mobile gaming? What's worth your kid's time and maybe even your investment, because some things cost a little bit of money. So stay with us. Drop a comment, like and share this video. Subscribe to us because you're going to see a lot more coming from Permission to Game. So Ready Player One?
Ready? Let's do this. Thank you.